My fiance demanded, delete every female contact or the wedding is off. I said, consider them deleted. Then I deleted her too and married her maid of honor. She found out when the wedding invitations arrived with the same date but different bride. The venue said they'd never seen someone faint in their office before. I, 28 male, just married the love of my life last month. Plot twist. It wasn't the woman I was engaged to 6 months ago. Let me rewind to January. I was engaged to Brianna, 26, for about a year. We dated for 3 years before that. Her maid of honor was Luna, 27, who'd been Brianna's friend since middle school. Important detail, Luna and I became close friends through wedding planning because Brianna always delegated the boring stuff to her. The ultimatum came on a Thursday night. Brianna had been getting progressively more jealous and controlling. First it was, why do you need female friends? Then it became, I don't like when you talk to women at work. The final straw for her was when my cousin Thea wished me happy birthday on social media with a photo from our childhood. Delete every female contact from your phone. Now, that's insane. Half of them are family. I don't care. Even family, no women except me and my mom. Your mom? Why would I have your mom in my phone but not my own sister? Because I trust my mom. I don't trust these other women. Delete them all, or the wedding is off. I stared at her for a solid minute. You want me to delete my sister, my mom, my cousins, my coworkers, everyone? Everyone. Right now, I'm not marrying someone who keeps backup options. Backup options? My 67-year-old Aunt Rita is a backup option? Don't be cute. Delete them or we're done. I pulled out my phone. Consider them deleted. I went through my contacts in front of her. Mom, deleted. Sister, deleted. Cousins, deleted. Female coworkers, deleted. Her friends that I had for group planning, deleted. Then I got to her name, deleted. What are you doing? You said delete all female contacts. You're female. She actually laughed. Obviously not me, you idiot. No, especially you. Someone this controlling and insecure isn't someone I want to marry. The look on her face? Priceless. She went from smug to confused to enraged in about 3 seconds. You're joking. Nope. Wedding's off. You can keep the deposit since you insisted on paying for everything to have control. She threw my phone at the wall. It survived. Good case. Then came the screaming about how I'd wasted 4 years of her life, how no one would ever love me like she did, how I'd die alone. Better alone than controlled. I left, went to my buddy Diego's place. Brianna blew up my phone with texts ranging from apologizing to threatening to cursing my entire bloodline. Here's where it gets interesting. Luna called me the next day. Hey, I heard what happened. Brianna's telling everyone you had a mental breakdown and called off the wedding because she caught you cheating. That's not even close to what happened. I know. She told me the truth first when she thought I'd take her side. Delete every woman from your life? That's psycho behavior. We talked for 2 hours. Luna revealed that Brianna had been like this in every relationship. Progressively more controlling until the guy broke. She'd stuck around hoping her friend would grow out of it. I'm done enabling her. What she did to you was abusive. A week later, Luna and I met for coffee to discuss canceling vendor contracts since Brianna was refusing to do anything except post cryptic quotes about betrayal on Instagram. 2 weeks later, we met again to make sure everything was handled. 3 weeks later, we were meeting just because we enjoyed talking. 4 weeks later, I realized I'd fallen for Luna. Hard. 5 weeks later, I told her. This is messy, she said. Incredibly messy, I agreed. She'll never forgive me. She'll never forgive either of us anyway. Luna kissed me. Then let's make it worth not being forgiven for. We kept everything quiet for 2 months. Only Diego and Luna's sister Camilla knew. We wanted to be sure this was real, not just trauma bonding or revenge. It was real. Really real. 3 months after the breakup, I proposed. Same ring. I'd gotten it back from Brianna after threatening to take her to small claims court for the $8,000. Luna said yes. Here's the kicker. We kept the same wedding date, same venue, same everything that was already booked and non-refundable. We just changed the bride's name on everything. Update. Y'all wanted to know about the invitation situation. Buckle up. We sent out new invitations 3 weeks before the wedding, changed the names, but kept everything else identical. Same date, time, venue, even the same font. We didn't send one to Brianna initially. We weren't monsters. But her mom, Eleanor, got one since she'd been nothing but kind to me during the relationship. Eleanor called Brianna immediately. Brianna drove straight to the venue. The venue coordinator called me. "Mr. Reeves, there's a woman here claiming there's been identity theft regarding your wedding." I put her on speaker. "Luna and I were having lunch. That's my ex-fiance. We broke up. I'm marrying someone else now." "On the same date?" "We kept the bookings since they were non-refundable. She's demanding to see the contract. That's under my name. She has no legal right to it." We heard shrieking in the background. The coordinator said she needed to call security. 20 minutes later, Brianna was at my apartment building, buzzing every apartment claiming she was locked out. My neighbor, Mr. Rodriguez, called me annoyed. I explained the situation. He told her through the intercom to leave, or he'd call the cops. She left, but not before keying what she thought was my car. It was my neighbor's. Ashley, the neighbor, had it on her dash cam and filed a police report. Then came the messages. "How dare you give her my wedding? My ring? You gave her my ring? At my vendors that I chose. You chose to end things. These are consequences." I ended things? I sent her the screenshot I'd wisely taken of her ultimatum texts from that night. "Delete every female or we're done. No exceptions. This is non-negotiable." That didn't mean we were broken up. "You literally said the wedding was off. I was teaching you a lesson. Lesson learned. I'm marrying someone who doesn't need to teach me lessons." She lost it. Called me 73 times in an hour. I counted. I blocked her. She used her work phone. Blocked. Her mom's phone. Blocked. But I texted Eleanor first, explaining why. Then Brianna did something unhinged. She made a Facebook event. Funeral for Brianna's love life. Same day as the betrayal wedding. Scheduled for our wedding day at a bar near the venue. Luna's sister Camilla was invited. They weren't close, but Brianna was clearly trying to get info. Camilla accepted and screenshotted everything. Brianna was planning to have everyone wear black, crash our wedding during the vows, and object with evidence of Luna's betrayal. We hired security. Update 2, the week before the wedding, was eventful. Monday, Brianna called my work claiming I'd stolen $10 worth of her wedding deposits. My boss asked for proof. She had none because I'd paid for everything after she'd insisted on keeping finances separate until marriage. My boss told her to stop harassing his employees. Tuesday, she contacted every vendor trying to cancel everything. The baker called me confused. The florist was annoyed. The photographer straight up told her, "I don't care about your drama. The contract is with Mr. Reeves." Wednesday, this is where she went nuclear. She called Luna's parents. Luna's dad, Roberto, is old school traditional. Luna hadn't told them yet about us because she wanted to do it in person. They lived several hours away. Brianna told them Luna had seduced me while I was vulnerable and stolen me from her. She said Luna had been planning this for years. Roberto called Luna furious. Luna drove there immediately with me. We explained everything, including showing them Brianna's ultimatum texts and the timeline proving nothing happened until well after the breakup. Luna's mom, Carmen, was the one who spoke first. "So Brianna wanted you to delete your own mother from your phone?" "Yes." "And your sister?" "Yes." Roberto stood up, walked to his cabinet, and pulled out a bottle of tequila. "Anyone who asks a man to abandon his mother is no woman at all. Luna, you have my blessing." Plot twist. Roberto had never liked Brianna. She always talked about Luna like she was her servant, not her friend. Thursday, Brianna's funeral for her love life event got taken down by Facebook for targeted harassment after multiple people reported it. She made another one. It got removed too. Friday, the day before the wedding, Brianna made one last play. She showed up at the rehearsal dinner with a +1, my ex from college, Zoe, who'd cheated on me 6 years ago. "I thought you should know who you're marrying," Brianna announced loudly. "Luna contacted Zoe while we were together. She's been obsessed with you." Zoe looked confused. "What?" "She added me on Instagram last month asking for veggie dip recipes. After you two were already together." Brianna's face went red. "That's not, you said. You said you'd pay me $200 to show up and say Luna was obsessed with him. I need the money but not enough to lie." Zoe looked at me. "Congrats on the wedding. Sorry about this." She left. Brianna stood there, humiliated. Diego started slow clapping, then Roberto, then everyone. She ran out crying. Update 3. The wedding day. Oh my god. Despite hiring security, Brianna managed to cause chaos because of course she did. First, she called in a bomb threat to the venue. The police came, evacuated everyone, did their check, found nothing, and were not amused. They traced the call to a burner phone purchased with Brianna's credit card. She's now facing charges for a false report. While we were evacuated, standing in the parking lot in our wedding attire, Luna said, we could just go to the courthouse. And let her win? Never mind, let's get married out of spite. We did get married. But not before incident number 2. Brianna had recruited her brother Tanner to infiltrate as a photographer's assistant. He was caught by security trying to pour red paint on Luna's dress while it hung in the bridal suite. Security detained him. He immediately ratted out Brianna, showing texts where she promised him $500 to accidentally ruin the dress. Incident number 3 happened during the ceremony. Despite security, Brianna's mom Eleanor was still invited. We genuinely felt bad for her. Eleanor stood up during Speak Now or Forever Hold Your Peace, which we'd specifically told the officiant to skip, but she went rogue. I need to say something. My heart stopped. Brianna is my daughter and I love her, but she's sick, mentally unwell. This obsession with control has destroyed every relationship she's had. I tried to get her help. She refused. Luna, Ethan, I'm sorry for what she's put you through. You have my blessing. She sat down. You could hear a pin drop. We finished the ceremony. During the reception, Eleanor approached us with a box. Brianna's childhood therapy reports. I thought you should know what you were dealing with. She's been diagnosed with several personality disorders but refuses treatment. I'm done enabling her. The reception was beautiful, until the cake cutting. Somehow Brianna had convinced the cake decorator, a different person from the baker, to write betrayal in tiny letters around the bottom tier. Luna spotted it right before we cut. Are you kidding me? We scraped it off and added extra flowers. Crisis averted. But the peak drama came at 10 p.m. Brianna showed up in a wedding dress, a full wedding dress. Claimed there'd been a mix-up, and she was the real bride. Security stopped her at the door. She caused such a scene that 3 cop cars showed up. The same cops from the bomb threat. Ma'am, you again? She was arrested for violating the restraining order we'd gotten earlier that week. Forgot to mention that. Got it after the rehearsal dinner incident. As they drove her away, she screamed, "This was supposed to be my day." Luna threw her bouquet at the cop car. "Now it's mine." Everyone cheered. Final update. It's been a month since the wedding. Time to wrap this saga up. Brianna was charged with false reporting, bomb threat, criminal mischief, keying Ashley's car, conspiracy to commit vandalism, the paint incident, violating a restraining order, harassment. She took a plea deal, probation, mandatory therapy, and 200 hours of community service. But she wasn't done being entitled. 2 weeks after the wedding, she sued us for emotional distress and theft of wedding services. She wanted $50,000. Her lawyer dropped her after seeing our evidence, her ultimatum texts, her admission that she wanted to teach me a lesson, the bomb threat recording, Tanner's testimony about the paint, 47 witnesses to her wedding day meltdown, someone counted. She tried to represent herself. The judge dismissed it in under 5 minutes. Ma'am, you ended the relationship. You can't sue someone for moving on. But he used my wedding plans. The contracts are in his name. They're his plans. But I chose everything. Then you should have put your name on the contracts. She started crying. The judge was unmoved. Also, you're currently on probation for crimes committed against this couple. I'm issuing a permanent restraining order. Stay away from them. But the real final straw came last week. Brianna got fired from her job. Not for the criminal charges, but because she'd been using company time and resources to research legal precedents for suing an ex. Her boss found out when she accidentally sent a company-wide email meant for her mom that detailed her 5-year plan to destroy Ethan and Luna. The plan included getting pregnant by someone else and claiming it was mine, photoshopping messages to make Luna look like a homewrecker, hiring actors to claim they'd had affairs with me, starting a podcast called Stealing My Life Back about us substitute of Tmund. She's now living with her parents. Eleanor sent us an apology card with a Starbucks gift card. For the therapy you'll probably need after dealing with my daughter. Tanner reached out to apologize properly. Turns out Brianna had been blackmailing him with embarrassing college photos. We convinced him to go to the police, add extortion to her charges. Last I heard through the grapevine, she's been banned from 3 wedding venues in town for calling and threatening them not to host homewreckers. She started a blog about surviving narcissistic abuse where she rewrites history. She got engaged to someone she met in court-ordered therapy. That's gonna go well. Her new fiance already messaged me asking if the stories about her were true. I sent him screenshots of everything. He thanked me, but is still with her. That's his problem now. Luna and I are doing amazing. We're in couples therapy, preventatively, to make sure we started this right despite the chaos. The therapist said we have the healthiest communication she's seen in newlyweds. We're moving to a new city next month for Luna's job. Fresh start, no drama, no Brianna. Oh, and remember the photographer? He included a special album of just Brianna's meltdown moments. We're not proud enough to frame them, but we definitely kept them. To everyone saying this is fake, I have a permanent restraining order security footage and a wedding video featuring a bomb squad. Can't make this up. To everyone asking why I didn't see the red flags sooner, love is blind, but ultimatums are eye surgery. Eleanor still texts Luna occasionally. Apparently, Brianna is demanding her new fiance delete all his female contacts. Some people never learn. But I did. I learned that when someone shows you who they are through controlling, manipulative behavior, believe them. Don't wait for it to get better. It won't. I also learned that sometimes the best person for you is standing right there, holding vendor contracts and telling you your ex is crazy while offering to help you fix everything she broke. Luna just read this over my shoulder and added, I learned that recycling is good. Even engagement rings. We're happy. Genuinely, boringly, wonderfully happy. And Brianna? Well, she's blocked on everything, but Eleanor mentioned she's trying to sue the venue now for allowing the wrong bride. Good luck with that. Edit. Stop asking for the meltdown photos. We're not that petty. Okay, we are. But we're not trying to get sued again. Edit 2. To the 3 people who found Brianna's blog and shared it, please stop. Let her shout into the void. It's probably therapeutic. Edit 3. Her new fiancé dumped her. He messaged to thank me for the screenshots. Apparently she'd already demanded he cut off his sister. Dude ran. Smart man.